Got some more gym content as you'd expect. First off, Lance Corporal. I don't know anything about Yahtzee working with a con artist. I'm guessing that's Second Wind stuff. I don't know the first thing about that, but I'm kind of gutted because I always thought Yahtzee was a good guy. Yeah. Hopefully everything is coming through all right. I had a bit of issues setting up my audio chain on Streamlabs. It's fucking cancer, but we're here. We've got this is something that I would have definitely put in the video if I knew it existed beforehand. Just as a random little reference. See the title there. Jim Sterling wins YouTube championship from Tonka. And this actually is fucking Tonka. Like, what clown world is this? Absolutely mad. We can see Jim looking fucking mental there, peering into the ring. That's not Tonka in the ring. Yo, Scrimpin, thank you very much. Did Jim transition to better fit what he thought was his audience? Need your take, sir. I don't think so. So say my sort of take. I was actually thinking that I'd reference this a bit later because I have something to show you. But I feel like there could have been another world where Jim didn't transition. Maybe he had a wife that wasn't like horrible to him, and maybe he had some good mates that stuck by him and sort of like helped him out with his problems, and he didn't transition. But the thing is his best mate was that Laura Kate Dale person. So I was kind of tempted to say, I think if he like hung out with some other people and had a better life and didn't hang out with Laura Kate Dale, then maybe he wouldn't have turned trans. But that's kind of like that's sort of like my schizo narrative, you know what I mean? Yeah, so wait, I'm just going to move stuff around a bit so I can read the chat and talk into the mic at the same time. Sorry, guys. I'm not a live streamer. I want to do more, though. Okay, what's up now? What people saying? The wheelchair allegations were false. Yeah, apparently so. This does line up. I think this was after the Warski no show and all of that, which is just like mental. And yeah, if you don't know who Tonkasaur is, you've probably had a better time on the internet than the rest of us that do. Yeah, but we're gonna take a look at this quickly. Am I Welsh? Nah, I just talk like this. I just talk like this. Right, let's get into this. All right.
Sterling comes up on the apron. Perez has had enough of Sterling's interference.
Oh, the low blow from O'Hagan kicking the ropes.
Yeah, we can see our guy there, Sterling. This is under the Stardust moniker. This is before they transed out, I think. You know, this is just some like gay wrestling shit. So I'm gonna try and skip in a bit and get to where. Look at that. Like, it's a shame wrestling doesn't have a dress code that's baggy.
Where's my music?
O'Hagan demanding his music, but
Let's go. Hey, look, that's Tonka! I couldn't believe my fucking eyes seeing this, man. What the fuck? Hello, I'm no Lawmaster. Is that his missus that he's with there?
Robbie Bio coming out
Not
here.
sure. Looks like a lovely lady. Good for Tonka.
I told everybody this is what was going to happen.
when I watched this guy about 2 weeks ago. This is the same crap people understand that you go in, O'Hagan. You line yourself up with some big dude who's gonna bankroll you, that's gonna roll with it. I told everybody this is what you're gonna do. I haven't trusted you for a second since you showed up. I don't trust your big buddy, and I definitely don't trust you.
What the fuck? Unfortunately, the audio, like I said, is absolutely raped. So, let's get them both in the ring. Let's see what's going on. It's so fucking unflattering, man. What the fuck?
On you. Actually, I know you. I know you, Robin. But who you are?
I know, right? I don't really know the, No, I will not be transing out. Thank you very much, Nick Andros. That's, more your avenue, alright? I haven't even got a little thing on... Oh, you don't have a little thing on screen, yeah. I don't know, like, the origins of Tonka, like, becoming a blood sports guy and, like, doing all the white nationalist shtick. But I was questioning that when I found this. I was like, what? How did this guy start, alright? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. When was this? It's in the title here, 2019. I suspect that's correct.
Irrelevant. What you are?
Am I Irish? No, I just speak like that.
Now that's very interesting. I've heard about you. I've heard you're the man who fights before he thinks. A man who backs down from no challenge. So how about we make it interesting?
Yeah, it would probably be better content if we could hear what the fuck he's saying. Alright, let's get to the fight. I think it's gonna kick off now.
Bio has already defended the YouTube Championship twice here tonight.
Well, technically, Bucky faced him twice.
You're not even gonna say anything. He's like immobile. I think maybe at this point Jim wasn't able to fucking do anything but stand up straight and sit in a chair.
What?
Not wearing silver.
How? Now, I need to see this whole thing.
Alright.
Alright.
Imagine being at an event like this. Most pathetic thing I've ever seen. What the fuck?
Sterling with the cover.
That's it. That's it. That's the great Tonkasaur being dethroned by Jim Sterling. What the fuck?
Sterling is the new YouTube champion. Sterling is demanding a microphone.
Alright, let's see. Jim tried to stand up. I'm interested. You got me. What is it from this bit?
Alright. Sterling with the cover.
Yeah, straight to the face. Yeah, Jim knew he needed that to support his weight, didn't he?
Sterling is the new YouTube champion.
Commentators and everything. I don't know if there's much more to this. All right, go on. Let him do a speech. that's enough of that. That is enough of that. Oh yeah. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is probably also going to be as difficult to stomach. But there was something about the video that I thought maybe needed a little correction. So this is soon before Sterling transitioned, right? This is still Jim era content, and I'm only gonna play a little bit of this because it's fucking horrible.
Hey, did you hear about Cyberpunk? The game of the year, except the versions that are total junk. The publisher said the game was running well, but neglected to mention the years of development hell. Reviewers said.
So the point I want to make with this is before Jim did transition, the content had fallen off massively. I actually wasn't that aware of this. I hadn't seen this video, or else maybe I would have said something about it. But it is absolutely vile. And yeah, the signs were there. I was gonna say I had a little prepared bit about maybe Laura Kate Dale groomed him into the person that he is slowly, but I kind of already been through that. But I just thought, yeah, now it's threw me off. But yeah, that needed to be said, alright? If I were to remake the video, I would have mentioned that Jim did start to downfall. I kind of made it out like it was like a snap. Suddenly, he was trans, and he started doing fucked up shit. Oh, yeah. Kate Dale cracked the egg. It's fucking disgusting, but I do think that's my theory. Obviously, we can't know for sure, but there was another thing that I had that I may have put in the video, but I didn't because I felt like it was just too much of a tangent, right? But this is like ages ago, 2010, back when Jim was working for Destructoid. Jim wrote this article. Art games aren't innovative, and innovation isn't good. It's about what you expect. It's sort of just like a rage bait article talking about like Ponzi art games and such. But there was some drama about it that I'm not that interested in. That the creator of Spelunky did like a counter thing back to him. He did like a counter essay, basically just calling Jim like a fucking retard for writing this thing. And obviously that looks kind of bad, but whatever, it's not that big a deal. But I went down a little rabbit hole, and there's this section in this where Jim criticizes a game called Edmund. Now, I hadn't heard of Edmund before, but he says Edmund is an intellectually lazy game, and basically Edmund is about a rapist. The main character, you will have to beat and do that to a woman during the course of the game. And he's critical of this. And I found someone, right, that thought a bit differently. I found someone that made a video about this game. This is an old ass video. Let's see. 16-year-old video. And I just found this hilarious. So I thought about putting this in, but it's just like too much of a rabbit hole. But the way this guy talks about this stuff, like it's not absolutely mental, just cracked me up so much.
Play mechanic is rape. It's not a theme that's experimented as a game where
No, before this game, he had no idea that it was bad. Like. Like, something to say. It's fucking crazy. It's just fucked. Alright, brilliant. What shall we do next? Alright, we'll do this video. Got a bit of just React slop now. There are quite a few like culture war issues that Jim started to get involved in like later in the career. We've got this. Jim Sterling is salty. The game science didn't let Sweet Baby Inc. ruin their game. I have no idea about this. I don't know any drama between Game Science is the Wukong people, right? I don't know if there's any drama between Sweet Baby Inc. I completely missed this. This guy's playing some old JRPG. He might have some good points. Might be really bad. I'm just gonna roll the dice. Let's get into it. Wow. Thank you for being here too. Thank you for being here. Awesome.
Hello guys, and welcome to another video. And today, we are not covering Harmon Smith for once. No, today, we're covering someone else. And before you ask, no, it isn't Quantum TV. It isn't Acerthorn either. It isn't even DSP. No, today, we are covering someone who used to be someone we could all look up to and respect in the gaming industry, Jim Sterling. I certainly remember a time when I looked up to Jim and respected him, but as the years went on, he became more and more political, and then, in the year of our Lord, 2020 AD, when all hell broke loose in the real world, what with COVID-19 and the SJWs coming out in full force, Jim finally went and did a 180 and showed his true SJW colors, and guess what? It cost him around about 250,000 subscribers at least.
Okay, I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful from this introduction so far. I hate to say it.
Much like the DEI bullshit we're seeing getting forced into video games, comic books, and movies these days, Jim Sterling decided to focus on politics and the like, and became every single thing he hated, proving the two phrases we don't hear too much anymore these days. The first, you either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. The second phrase is, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And no, I'm not just talking about Jim's weight, I mean his subscriber count.
Yeah, I know Godwinson used to A-log him. There's like a Kino Casino and Mad at the Internet stuff as well. But I think sitting here like watching other people stream is like probably difficult. Like I don't know how much I'm gonna have to say about this video in the first place, and like so yeah, I'm sure Godwinson's done some awesome stuff though.
2. He still has almost 750,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's playing, and yeah, he is just buzzwording it right up. I'm not too hopeful, but I do wanna hear about this Sweet Baby Inc. shit.
And I'm honestly shocked that he still has any at all, to be honest. But anyway.
Jar has a Sterling video? No fucking way, does it? Okay, I'll look that up quickly. Maybe I'll watch that instead.
Jim made a video where he, in true SJW fashion, bitched up a storm about Black Myth Wukong's success because that game has just broken the SJW minds. I do believe that I have never before seen so much salt over one game's success before. Anyways, the reason that I chose to make this video is because of the title, and as much as I try to avoid Jim Sterling's slop nowadays, I've always wanted to give him a good verbal bitch slap for betraying those of us who don't like having political bullshit forced down our throats at every twist, turn, and opportunity. And so, what better time to give Jim...
Oh, you wish. You wish. Right, I'm in a high stress situation right now, okay? I missed the word. I'd love to hear Jar's take on Sterling. I bet it'd be fucking awesome.
that verbal bitch slap than now, right? Anyways, I've rambled on for long enough, so let's let Jim begin his argument, shall we?
Forced
finally,
diversity.
finally.
Now, that's a term I've heard a lot in the past 10 years, and especially in the past few weeks. Now, when the anti-woke set trot that out, not only is it an incredibly stupid criticism, it's also one of the most cowardly that they could use. You see...
Yeah, the anti-woke stuff does fucking suck. It's really annoying, because I feel like there are really good points to be made there. And there are points that I feel like even left-wing people with any taste aren't gonna like a fucking game called Concord. Like the designs of the characters from Concord, right? Like, it doesn't have to be this, like, oh, this gay fucking culture war stuff. Like, all the games now are just fucking, like, ugly slop. Like, he's so cynically, like, created. So, like, yeah. It's fucking annoying. Like, Harmful Opinions does some, like, anti-woke style stuff, and he's, like, a fucking goat. He's, like, really good. But I literally can't think of, like, another person that I'd even consider to be in that umbrella that actually makes good content. It's fucking, it's unbearable shit, I think.
I have witnessed that term being applied to literally any form of diversity, from the most pronounced centre stage representation to a little side character who happens to be part of a marginalised demographic, or pronouns in a drop-down list, or a little tiny pride flag.
So look, Synthetic Man, he is quite fun to watch. But I wouldn't say he quite makes Kino, alright? I wouldn't say he quite makes Kino. He's too much of a schizo. It annoyed me that he deleted that Clips channel as well, that he got that guy struck off as well. The Synthetic Man, it's interesting to watch, like, an actual fucking, like, doomer. It's interesting to watch an actual, honest doomer, like, that's, like, an actual schizo, rather than someone that's so intentionally grifting, compared to, like, side-scrollers, right? I'd watch a fucking Synthetic Man stream over side-scrollers every fucking day of the week, right? Like, even though I can't say I respect him, I can't say he's Kino, but yeah, he's better than the anti-woke guys, I'll give him that. And all the other, like, really far-right people are way more fun to watch than fucking the anti-woke guys, like, definitely.
Waving in a massive open-world Spider-Man game.
The problem is, Jim, is that all that shit you just...
Or pronouns in a drop-down list, or a little tiny pride flag waving in a massive open-world Spider-Man game.
The problem is, Jim, is that all that shit you just mentioned gets shoehorned into literally everything nowadays. Dude, gay characters have been a part of storytelling for literal years at this point, at least. The same exact thing goes for women and black people.
I don't know that piece of lore about a Synthetic Man, Nicandros. I have no idea what you're on about, mate.
Gay characters have been a part of storytelling for literal years at this point, at least. The same exact thing goes for women and black people and other types of minorities. As for the pronouns, fuck off. Literally less than 5% of the population cares about the pronoun bullshit too. And look, if you're gonna say that you're non-binary and that you don't go by the...
Let's get that again.
And black people and other types of minorities. As for the pronouns, fuck off. Literally
That's fucking funny, man. Oh, I wish this guy had a fucking cam so I could see, like, what he's doing here.
Less than 5% of the population...
He filmed himself sucking off a dildo, but trust me, just a guy that looks like me is not me. Oh, is this him getting trolled, I guess, yeah? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's interesting. I can't say I, like, I can't say I fuck with him too much, but, like, he's quite cool. Does the name Black Pigeon Speaks ring a bell? Someone mentioned this recently. Maybe it was you. I know very little about Black Pigeon Speaks, right? I know, like, he's, like, streamed with people like Coach Red Pill and people in the old, like, IBS space. But I never watched him, and I don't know a single bit of his lore. And I feel like my videos turn out a bit better when it's someone that, like, I know about previously, that I'm not just, like, going in from a fresh look at. I know, if he's done any funny stuff, though, if he's, like, why do you think he's worth making a video on?
Cares about the pronoun bullshit too. And look, if you're gonna say that you're non-binary and that you don't go by the standard pronouns, that's fine. I'll respect your decision. Just don't expect me or anyone else to call you by your preferred pronouns, okay? If you look and sound like a man, then as far as I'm concerned, you are a man, and I will refer to you as he, his, him. And if you look and sound like a woman, then I will refer to you as she, her. Besides, referring to anyone as anything other than those two sets of pronouns is grammatically incorrect anyway. And may God Almighty have mercy on your soul if I catch you trying to brainwash kids with this stuff. You got me? As for the pride flags, let me alter a few details and ask you what you would have to say if I forced a game dev to put in a shitload of Christian crosses and other Christian imagery into a video game. What would you have to say about that? Would you say that that's forced diversity? You also said that forced diversity is a stupid criticism. Well, let's examine that, shall we? All these games that are doing forced diversity are dying, precisely because of that forced diversity. Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Concord, Dustborn, the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake probably, and all of these other companies who are putting forced diversity into these games are dying. Also, how can it be diversity if it's forced, Jim? You'll also notice that not once did Jim provide any examples of these things that he's claiming that he's seen over the past few weeks. Sounds to me like you're making
I do like the intonation of his voice. I like the way he says things when he's angry. It does put a little smile on my face, but it's fucking nothing. Like, this is like fucking 3 minutes of talking or something he's done here. That could have been like 10 seconds, right? Fucking hell.
Shut up. That's what that sounds like to me, Jim. How many video games must flop, and how many more game companies must fold before something clicks in the SJW's tiny little brains and they connect the dots and realize that we don't want wokeness in video games? Now, having said all of that, if the characters in question aren't forcing their lifestyle or whatever it is down your throat, or their homosexuality or whatever, then yeah, I actually do side with Jim and say that that one is stupid, but I've not heard anyone say that recently, so...
And the question I have is this. If any amount of diversity is too much diversity, why do you need the word forced in there? Why do you...
Alright. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like there's fucking better points than this. Like, the wokeness in game stuff is... It's so fucking annoying, because people like, I don't know, people talk about we don't want the they them binoculars. I should have mentioned that in the video. They're so funny. They are so funny. It's like I say it's like cartoonish, like a caricature. Like someone would draw Jim as a cartoon to like make fun of the person that Jim is. It's fucking ridiculous. Like there's like the no wokeness. We don't want politics in games, all this shit. But it's like, they like. I kind of agree with it, but it's like I don't want the like Concord cynical like sort of like HR department like board meeting the way they sell games in that way. Like there's games like that Disco Elysium. I kind of bounced off that shit. I didn't really play it, but I don't really mind like a hardcore like group of commies making their commie game. Like I don't agree with the ideology. It may have some bad messaging. Like I haven't played it, but that I don't really mind. It's like this fucking it's like this absolute saturation of this like it's sort of like mainstream progressive liberalism thing, like mixed, like just drowning out everything, and it sucks so much. I feel like, you know, if there was a right-wing game, people aren't going to talk about politics in games then because they'd agree with it. If there's anything interesting in a game, then people don't care. Like there's a very small pocket of politics that like infects all of games, and it's really fucking annoying. But no one really takes it from that angle. They're just like, we don't want wokeness, we don't want politics, and it fucking pisses me off so much. Like it's fucking annoying. Name 5 examples of what? I don't know what you're saying. Black Pigeon Speaks had a rivalry with Kraut. Yeah, but people need to do some like wacky shit. I feel like he was just like a pretty normal guy. He didn't have any like crazy dramas, did he? Not sure. Disco Elysium is more than a commie game. It's nuanced. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like if there's actually a game that has a whole bunch of shit going on in it, and it's made by commies, I don't really care. It's like if a game has the fucking like the DEI design, like you can just fucking tell immediately. There's so like it's just so cynical. It's so like marketable. I just think it's fucked up. Like, yeah, name 5 games with DEI stuff I don't like. Oh, you're raping me now. Concord, mixtape. Shit. Come on. It's all of them. Just watch Synthetic Man streams, right? And he'll red pill you, okay? You're gonna see it. You're gonna see through the Matrix, right? And they're all fucking DI games. They're all fucking gay, right? Every single one of them. Like, everything that's made by a AAA developer is like that. Alright, fuck. Games I've played. Well, I don't really play many AAA games at all. I don't really play any of the games that I'm criticizing because I can tell by the look of them they suck. I don't know. I played Mean of the Hollower. You play as a girl in that. I didn't think that was woke, but it was good. I tried playing that. What's that game called? Metal Garden or something. I kind of bounced off that one. Best Sonic game. That's tough. I'm not too sure. Maybe Sonic Mania for the best Sonic game. I do kind of like the 2D ones. That's something a lot of people brought up that I remembered at the time that a lot of people were pissed off about. Was the fact that he gave that Sonic 4 remake this like absolute dog shit. Get that off the screen. Let's get that off the screen. That is like absolute dog shit. He gave that like a 7 or an 8 out of 10 or something, and then he gave Sonic Colors, which was actually quite a competent game that a lot of the fans loved, a 4.5. And it's like Jim's reviews were fucking not good. I don't think Jim's reviews were like ever good, really. It's fucked. Alright, but let's move on from this video. What are people saying? Yeah, see? These guys know about the DEI slop. These guys know. It's alright. Oh yeah, alright. Okay, this one, I was prepared to be bad, okay? This Ace guy, he's like most well known for being an A-log, the Synthetic Man community host. Where did he send it to me? On still up. Christ. So does Jim sound like a homo even for a British person? Yeah, I think so. Did I cover the alcoholism yet? I don't know the first thing about the alcoholism as well. Say, I thought Metal Garden was very good. Yeah, everyone, it's got great reviews. It's got great reviews. And it's the sort of like indie artsy shit that I play. But yeah, I just bounced off it. I don't know why. Maybe I'll give it another go. But yeah, here we have Synthetic Man. I don't really know what this is about. I don't have much context for this, alright? Leftists have gotten so desperate to discredit me that they're now spreading around gay prawn video of that guy that looks like me again. The one from 5 months ago. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. If it was real, it would be all over my KF lolcow page. That should be proof enough that it's not me. From what I understand, it was a guy called this. I would never encourage looking up this filth, but if you have to verify that it's not me, with your own eyes, I'm sure this guy has other videos with less convenient angles. It was horrifying enough seeing a soy boy lookalike of yourself deep-throating. Now people are spreading around and pretending it's real to thousands of people. I wish I could write that what I really want to say in a community post. These people truly disgust me. This is great stuff. Great stuff from Synthetic Man. This is, yeah, not the way to deal with this. If this ever happens to you, you know, this is why we love him. This is why we love Synthetic Man. All right, he's all right. He's all right. Okay, I want to get on some Ace though. I want to have a look at this guy. It makes me so mad when you say this. Stop saying it. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I respect him. I'm saying he's interesting. He's interesting, okay? Like, tell me, would you rather watch a side-scroller stream or a Synthetic Man stream? You know the answer. You know what's real, okay? Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get it. I know people are touchy about him, right? Yeah. I know Queeman does need to learn to moderate his emotions sometimes, shall I say? Those we'll leave it. We'll leave it. So we've got Ace. Guy, he's something I'm referring to, yeah. When you fucking spazzed out when we were trying to arrange the Princess Mantis live stream. You're like, oh, Princess Mantis backed out. When he could have just said, yeah, okay. It would have been so easy. Could have completely avoided anything and we would have had the stream by now. I'm doing it right now. I've seen behind the veil of why people get pissed off when you try to speak to them. It's alright. Dear Sonic, my friend was really interested in this girl, and we were meant to hang out, but then I said the F slur. Yeah, alright, whatever. So we've got Ace. He mostly covers short, fat otaku, who is a nasty freak. And I'm very happy to watch people A-log and upset short, fat otaku. But this Ace guy, I don't think he does a great job at it. And since I started looking into Jim Sterling stuff, I found that there are loads of Sterling videos as well by this guy. So we'll take a look and see what he has to say about Sterling. Yeah, this one, don't have high hopes for. Worthless to give this Queeman guy any advice. He'll just ignore it like a woman and continue to not do anything he hasn't tried. Maybe so. Yeah, chill on Queeman, guys. You know, he's getting over his heroin addiction. He's getting over his bad haircut. Let's be nice. Let's be nice to him, all right?
Hello everyone, Ace here, and today, well, I'm just going to have to go ahead and say it. Jim Sterling accidentally admitted to being pro-harassment in the latest Jimquisition. At least that is the end result if you follow Jim Sterling's argument to the logical conclusion. In fact, it's also an admission that Jim Sterling supports plenty of other disgusting things that far leftists have done over the years as well. And don't...
Wait, already. Okay, this is the problem with the short fat otaku stuff. Ace's commentary gets so harebrained that it gets very difficult to follow. And I feel like already it's going to be a bit like that.
Don't worry, we will be getting into some of those examples too, once I get past the 1 minute mark so I don't get my video demonetized. But as previously...
Another autism voice, yeah, and unfortunately this Ace guy has the bad autism. Another thing I'll mention is I watched him debate a guy called Wick TV, who really is like the most gross motherfucker in the world, and it was like absolutely vile watching these people talk. They were, oh, it was awful. That's all I really have to say about it. But I just remembered, I just remembered the torture of hearing this guy talk to Wick. He has some Kino videos. What Ace? What? Let us know what any good Ace content, because, like I said, I'm not too fond of him from what I've seen.
Mentioned, this was found in the latest Jimquisition titled The Political Cowardice of AAA Publishers, which was released on May the 30th of 2022, which is of course yet another example of Jim Sterling trying to convince everyone that absolutely everything is political.
Yeah, we love Wick. We love Wick. Okay, for real, unironically, Wick did win against Ace. It was just really annoying to see Wick like really smugly like winning against this fucking schizo. It was horrible. It was horrible.
The age-old battle cry of the far leftists who want to turn everything into far leftist propaganda. And on that subject, I believe it is specifically because of this belief that everything is political that Jim Sterling has made such a massive mistake. Because the end result of believing that everything is political is also believing that staying silent on something is somehow tacit support for the status quo. Which is interesting when you realize just how much the status quo includes far leftists getting away with things that no one else would be able to get away with. And frankly, no one should be getting away with, period. But don't take my word for it. Here is Jim Sterling's own words from that aforementioned Jimquisition.
Okay.
And remaining silent in the face of an oppressive status quo is support for the status quo. Like it or not, aggressive centrism is absolutely a political stance. Failing to make a political statement is itself a political statement. It condones and accepts human rights abuses. It condones and accepts theocratic fascism. Anti-woke gamers, you can throw your aggressive...
I'm thinking, I don't think that's that crazy to say. I think forcing people that do entertainment content to talk about political stuff, I think is kind of lame. But I don't think so far that's that out of the ordinary. If you're like a fucking CEO of a company and someone asks you a controversial question, you should be prepared to give some fucking answer to it. Like, so not that crazy so far, I don't think.
Accept theocratic fascism. Anti-woke gamers, you can throw your aggressive apathy around as much as you want, but like it or not, you're in this. We all are. This wave of political abuse affects your friends, your family, your colleagues, and your silence in the face of it speaks fucking volumes.
I don't really know what Jim's referencing here. He could be referencing something completely fucking pointless that I'd be like, tell him to shut up about. He could be referencing something that's like actually serious. That like, some anti-woke channels do not give fucking political stances. Even fucking side-scrollers, right? They are leaning very heavily into like white nationalist stuff. But I don't think they've ever said anything about a specific policy or that like they support MAGA or anything like this. So they are very they don't actually put their money where their mouth is, right? It's probably something about trans though. Yeah, it probably is something about trans. Where it's like fucking gamers and game developers don't have to have fucking really hardcore, nuanced takes about trans stuff.
So yes, not having a political position is itself a political position in the eyes of Jim Sterling. And also yes, failing to speak out against something that is part of the status quo is itself tacit support in the eyes of Jim Sterling as well. But if that is truly the case, then let's apply this reasoning to Jim Sterling's actions. For example, I have long been critical of the fact that Jim Sterling has actively gone out of the way to ignore the harassment campaign that Jason Schreier was involved in against Sophia Narwitz, as well as the harassment.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I know who those two people are. Don't know the first thing about that. I saw Sophia Narwitz is now a detransitioner. I didn't watch the video, but it came up in my newsfeed. I never really liked that creator enough to care about them detransitioning, but I thought that was interesting. They were like quite a far-right anti-woke, but they were also trans. That was like their niche for their anti-woke content. Now they are not trans, which is Dick Tracy. Yeah, I think so. I'll just let me double check. I don't want to be speaking shit on the wrong person. Yeah, the thumbnail of their new video is I'm detransitioning, the end of Sophia, and it does look like a serious video, which I was quite surprised to see. I have no idea what Jason Schreier said about them. I imagine these people hate each other. Who cares? I doubt Jason Schreier did anything that mental. Like, they're just political opponents, aren't they?
Campaign caused by Zoe Quinn against Alec Halaka, which resulted in Mr. Halaka taking his own life. I have been critical because I knew full well right from the very beginning that the argument that everything is political is itself an argument against the very concept of neutrality, and instead is one of fundamental compelled speech. For you see, if you are not actively speaking out against all things that you personally disagree with at all times, then it is just going to be assumed by the far left that you secretly support those positions instead. Now, I personally do not believe that every...
Oh yeah, I'll do a goal. We can do a goal. Start low. Let's start low. How's... Got a little goal going, everyone. Cheers for pointing that out. If you like the stream and just like share it about or anything, that's also like greatly appreciated. Yeah, we can get some donos coming in. Let's get some Oilers. If you're just chilling, that's fine. But yeah, let's take it back a second because I actually kind of lost the plot of what that guy was saying.
In life. I have been critical because I knew full well right from the very beginning that the argument that everything is political is itself an argument against the very concept of neutrality, and instead is one of fundamental compelled speech. For you see, if you are not actively speaking out against all things that you personally disagree with at all times, then it is just going to be assumed by the far left that you secretly support those positions instead. Now,
well, that is a ridiculous standard, right? Like, no one's going to be like sat at the pub and being like, you have to give me your take on this thing. You have to give me your take on this thing. If you're like sat chilling, having a fun time, you don't have to always talk about politics. Like, I know some like lefty people in real life and they're not like that shit. Like, I feel like he's setting up a very silly thing. It covers me in oil. Thank you. Thank you. Give that a little heart. Let's give that a little heart.
I personally do not believe that every single thing ever created is political. I do, however, believe in holding people to their own standards. And so, when Jim Sterling argues that Jim Sterling believes everything is political, then
Greymon is a lolcow. Hail jar. Sneaker, jar, sneaker jar, sneaker, jar, sneaker. I haven't got TTS, so I'll be reading them out. Thank you, thank you.
And it is perfectly...
And yeah, hail jar, hail jar.
reasonable and fair to assume that everything the far left does that Jim Sterling does not condemn openly is something that, at the very bare minimum, Jim Sterling tacitly supports, and is simply too cowardly to admit
Okay, so
far left does their own standards. And so, when Jim Sterling argues that Jim Sterling believes everything is political, then it is perfectly reasonable and fair to assume that everything the far left does that Jim Sterling does not condemn openly is something that, at the very bare minimum, Jim Sterling tacitly supports.
but it's not exactly what Jim said. Jim said everything. Well, did Jim even say everything's political? But he's saying So he's saying if Jim doesn't speak out against this one thing, then Jim supports it. Which I don't think anyone's saying that.
And is simply too cowardly to admit supporting said positions. To provide another example of something the far left has done that Jim Sterling has not openly condemned, let's talk about the super straight controversy, which saw people who were super straight, and for those who don't know, super straight is a sexual orientation.
Oh, this is mad dated. I remember this shit. Oh, okay, super straight. Being super straight is just straight, right? I'll put my money where my mouth is. I feel like trans stuff is gay. Trans stuff is gay. Super straight doesn't exist. Super straight doesn't exist. Like, unless someone's like transitioned fully and you have no idea that they're trans, I feel like that leaves being straight, right? And this guy's like, we need to talk about super straight. Okay, let's see where he's going with this. Go on, Ace. Give it to us.
Orientation, where people are attracted to cis members of the opposite sex. It saw those super straight people, along with super gay, super lesbian, and super bisexual people, face harassment from far leftists, who decided to argue that super straight people, super gay people, super lesbian people, and super bisexual people were all evil bigots, specifically because of their sexual orientations, and that they could not refuse consent on the grounds of sexual orientation to trans people. Now, let me make this very clear to any far leftists who are actually watching this video. Anyone who claims that super straight people are transphobic because of their sexual orientation, anyone who genuinely makes that claim is pro-rape.
Is this guy
But to tie it back to Jim Sterling, I should mention that Jim Sterling at no point ever
anyone that thinks super straight, you say anyone that thinks super straight doesn't exist is pro-rape. That we just said.
Video. Anyone who claims that super straight people are transphobic because of their sexual orientation, anyone who genuinely makes that claim is pro-rape. But to tie it back to Jim Sterling, I should mention that Jim Sterling at no
we have left fucking Jim Sterling. We left Jim Sterling 3 minutes ago, bruh.
point ever condemned the actions of those who were harassing super straight people. Meaning that by Jim Sterling's own logical conclusion, Jim Sterling is pro-rape. And it is therefore perfectly reasonable to accuse Jim of being such, until evidence directly contrary to that position in the form of
This was such a good pick. I can't even rephrase the argument at this point. It's gone down so many little like presumptions.
An actual formal statement. It is therefore perfectly reasonable to accuse Jim of being such, until evidence directly contrary to that position in the form of an actual formal statement is made. In other words, until Jim Sterling actively comes out in support of super straight people, it should simply be assumed that Jim Sterling is pro-rape by Jim Sterling's own logic. And frankly, that is one of the worst things that a person could ever politically support. Now,
that's fucking crazy. I can't believe Ace has proved that Jim loves go.
For those curious, I will be leaving a link in the description below to the Jimquisition in question so you can check it out for yourself if you should so desire. But in any case, this has been...
what? Actually, fucking Jim did not like the Edmund game, actually. Great, thank you very much, Ace.
Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.
Wow, what a great guy. Nice little outro. Nice little outro. That was crazy. I was hoping the last video should be like would have some like interesting stuff in it. So we wouldn't just be watching like schizos. We wouldn't just be watching anti-woke schizos. But yeah, that's ace. That's ace, everyone. Let's see, what shall we do next? Got this Laura K. Buzz video. I feel like there are a couple things about the like, ableism in gaming and stuff I didn't quite expand on enough. So let's do this. Yeah. In 1 minute. Okay, don't go anywhere. Be right back, all right? I don't need that. I need this. This. Da-da-da. 1 minute, right? Lovely, alright. This thing. When am I making the Metica video? Now, someone actually has referenced that before. One of these guys that hates like the Kino Casino is like, I think they mentioned that I should make a Metica video. And the thing is, right, I'd love to, because I used to really like him. And now I'm like very, very sick of the guy. But it's the fact that he's fucking like dying from an illness, right? It's fucked. It's fucked. I really don't feel comfortable with making fun of a guy that's dying. Call me a pussy, whatever. But that's what, yeah, that's what I believe. Oh, yeah, Styler, you make the video. You make the video then, Styler, alright? Fucking hell. You know, I'm sure you got charisma on stream, Stylo. Why don't you do something? Why don't you do something, Stylo? You're a chatter. You're a fucking Discord mod, alright? Yeah, good. I'll be very happy. You don't have to all caps that one. I've just seen this. I don't actually know where this we refer the term Janny. Brilliant. So I don't think this is actually the original upload of this video. I think there is a newer one, but the video I found when looking for it again has 32 views, 2 thumbs up. So be nice, alright? Don't be too mean about this video. But I do think I will have some criticisms, and I think I'll skip through some of the Laura stuff because it's fucking tough to watch. Hey, Dick Tracy, thank you very much for the £5. Don't hate Jim, but every stream of his is the same now. People say the recent ones are much better, but the old days of Stream Me, Jim is just gone. Yeah, Stream Me was fucking epic. I actually mentioned this on another live stream, but I fucking love Stream Me. All the crazy shit that went on there. Southern Poverty Call Center was fucking Kino. Why is my stream looking like that? I think we're alright. Yeah, it's just Jim's takes now are just so different. He used to be so fucking anti-establishment. He'd be like, I don't even want to use YouTube. I don't want to use any of these. I don't want to use any of these things. And now he's like the most dick suck fucking like pro-establishment fucking loser. Like, I don't care about him being right wing. He was further right before, right? And like, I didn't really care about that. But it's this fucking sucking off authority shit that he does now that I fucking hate, man. I fucking can't stand it. And like the clips of him talking about Jim, no, not the clips of him talking about fucking Ralph and the black porn star were just fucking demented. They were just fucking demented. It was just like evil. It's just like I could not believe what I was hearing. It fucking sucks. Like, yeah, he is a bootlicker, full on. Like, he's an absolute fucking loser. And he was good. He was good. Even though the content's dated now, he was good. Definitely. Like, yeah, retards rise up, Tenderman. Let's go. Let's go, Tenderman. Yeah, I mean, I remember at the time, like, Godwinson was criticizing him for starting to sell hats. And he was like, oh, he's selling hats now, he's gone. And I was like, God, that guy's way too fucking principled. Like, it really doesn't matter that he's selling hats. But maybe him selling hats was his downfall. Maybe it did start around then as well. Like, I'm not sure. I don't remember all of the lore, but yeah. How's the roasting Tess Holiday? Don't know about that one. I remember that. All right, content warning for Laura Kate Dale coming up.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Accessibility. It's a show on YouTube where I talk about the video game industry, accessibility, and representation.
I'm out already. Okay. When is Jim going to start talking? I'm just going to have to scrub this a bit. Apologies.
The specifics of a story after taking
ahead after I got the item to contend with.
All right, let's go.
Sit through. The effects
was difficult
Oh,
to
there's
keep
a lot of
track
Jim.
video game plots and mechanics if a break is taken from playing.
If I stop playing a video game for more than a week, there's a good chance I won't know what's going on when I get back. Then again, if I stop playing a video game for more than a week, my struggles with object permanence may ensure it's never even thought about for months.
Oh, what are you saying? Dude, you got some super niche lore drops. Sometimes it's shocking you didn't know about some of the stuff you put in your videos. I have a very narrow sense of what I know, alright? Like, I find that in my real life as well. Like, I really like talking about music and stuff. And then there's like some like famous rapper or something that I've literally never heard of. And everyone's like, you know, all this niche weird shit, you never listen to like any of these guys. And yeah, I've, you know, I try my best. I try my best to not miss the obvious stuff, but it's tough. It's tough. What's Jim talking about? Jim's talking about not having did he say that he doesn't have object permanence? One sec.
Then again, if I stop playing a video game for more than a week, my struggles with object permanence may ensure it's never even thought about for months.
How do you have struggles with object permanence? Isn't that like the most basic human thought possible? What? Maybe I'm missing something. That's crazy. Nah, I don't think I'll ever do DSP. He's covered to death, right? Like, I've never been a huge DSP guy. I'd have nothing unique to say about DSP personally. Nah. That's developed at 2-3. So, I was worried that I was being a bit of a retard there. I was like, maybe I'm misunderstanding what he's saying. Yeah. You can trick a fucking monkey like by hiding something and then doing a little magic trick with it. They have object permanence. Like, Jim should not have troubles with fucking object permanence. That's fucking sick.
ADHD affects my memory to the point where I misplace things the very second I put them down, and may totally forget those things even exist until I see them again one random day. Remembering something, even
See, I tried to say this quickly in the video. I just feel like this is utter bullshit. I feel like this is like you bring yourself down so much. You sort of like talk yourself, like you spiral yourself into a hole. And you think you're not capable of anything. But like, again, with me saying, if Jim had a nice wife that didn't abuse him, and if Jim had friends that didn't try to convince him he was trans, he'd probably be such a fucking different person. Like, I feel like people are sort of like enabling him instead of like telling him to get off up his ass. They like enable him to be like, oh, actually, it's just your mental illness. And like, I'm not like anti-mental illness. I know some people have struggles with it. I know people need to take meds for ADHD. I'm not against all that stuff. But like the fact that you get to this point when you're a super successful, competent person just seems like really, really, I don't know. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes. I feel like there's something that we're missing, right? Like, it's fucked. Saying, who cares about DSP Wings, LTG, or Christian in 2026? Be living that pod life. Yeah, it's tired. It's tired stuff. Fuck watching LOLcow live. Fuck A-logging Christian. Like, that's done. That's done for.
Something important could take days, weeks, or months after it was supposed to be remembered. And usually, even then I require prompting. If a new season of a TV show comes out, I better hoped I watched it in the last year. I won't remember details, but my brain will retain enough residual memory to be jogged somewhat. Longer than that, and it becomes impossible to get back into Peaky Blinders without rewatching the whole thing, which my ADHD brain won't allow because it won't sit through something it's already watched, unless it's one of those things it will obsessively want to sit through and rewatch again and again.
While remembering the
Just like, why does this need to be shared? Isn't this just like complaining about can't find something to watch? And you're making out like a serious video? You're making out like this is a serious point that people need to understand? Like, what the fuck? Bro, Jar said he's gonna make a Willy video. Making a Willy video is very cursed, okay? Making a Willy video doesn't go very well for people, alright? I say this with personal experience. That Glitch Poachers guy. Where the fuck's he gone? Where the fuck's he gone? The only guy that successfully made one is that Junk Draw guy. His Willy video was a bit dry, but it was quite good. And I guess he's fucked off as well. So, I don't know, I think Willy's like a cursed topic. That being said, one of Bungie's videos, that Destiny video was almost just a Willy video. And that was fucking epic. That was so good. That was fucking awesome. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Joe pull it off. Yeah, I know EFAP have done some good coverage of Jim Sterling as well, actually. I'm not too much of an EFAP supporter myself. I have some criticisms of them, but you know, it's like I don't really want to. Like I said, I don't really want to cover live streams. I'm sure Kino Casino back in the past did some funny stuff about Jim as well. But if I just sit here watching a live stream, it's like I'm live streaming right now. EFAP is boring 99% of the time, and that may be true. I used to watch them. And I have quite fond memories of them covering stuff like Downward Thrust and some of these other people that would do like really stupid shit. But I feel like they're really, really scared to take on any criticism. Willie Mac Show. Don't watch it. Don't watch him. Forget the name. I feel like EFAP are really scared to take on any like actual good criticism of them. Like there's one guy that like A-logs. I don't know if A-log's not the right term. There's one guy that criticizes Mauler's Dark Souls 2 coverage, and he basically makes his whole channel about it. And it's actually very convincing. At least some of the stuff around hitboxes is very convincing. And like I feel like Mauler would never ever admit the fact that that Dark Souls 2 video had a bunch of wrong things about it. And he talks about this stuff about him being objective and how he's correct. And I don't know, it's like again with the anti-woke stuff, the only person that's really had a good go at criticizing this stuff is Anthony Gramuglia, who's a fucking freak. He's a little rat, isn't he? So that DS2 guy rapes Mauler. It's awesome, yeah. I'm glad someone knows about it, yeah. It's crazy watching that shit. You're like, oh wow, Mauler's actually a retard and he should probably address this stuff. And like, you see people like Critical Drinker, you see the Quality of Rags videos. Like these people, if they weren't on the EFAP team, they could sit there and pick them apart like any of the videos they pick apart. Like these people are equally as bad as the people that they criticize. And it's really fucking annoying. And like, they will never... If there was a strong contender to criticize them, maybe that Domo guy that does the Dark Souls 2 stuff is the only one I can think of. They're never going to speak to him. They're just going to get like retards on. They're going to get like... They're going to watch like an Otterly Noah video. They're going to watch like an Otterly Noah video criticizing them. And be like, oh, look at this retard. See, they're all retards. We've never done anything wrong ever. And it's really annoying. It's really annoying. See, that Movies with Mark guy is like, he's like 50% good. He does make some good points, but he's like, for my taste, he's way too fucking woke. Some of the stuff does feel like a bit of like finger wagging when it comes to Movies with Mark. But you have a point. You have a point. Honestly, I'd rather watch Movies with Mark talk about a film than fucking watch an 8-hour Mauler video, personally. And yeah, the Jenny Nicholson stuff as well. That shit's crazy. The fact they talked about how funny she looks for so long when Mauler has live streamed with a face cam and he's like munted. It's like, Jenny Nicholson may have been overexposed in that video, but she's a fairly normal looking woman. Like, he really can't be like absolutely munted and like sit there and pick apart like someone like Jenny Nicholson. It is crazy. It is crazy. I think Mauler has autism. See, some of Mauler's videos I don't think are that bad. I can have Mauler on for background noise. I have in the past. I haven't for a long time. But I don't hate him. I just wish he'd like talk to someone that's like smarter than him. Basically. Okay. Give Jim a bit of credit with the hat. He first opened that store. At least per his own words, he did it so he could make money, so Jade would be well off financially and secure when he died. Yeah, that's fair. See, that's when people were saying I need to make a Metallica video. It's sort of stuff like that where it, you know, I feel a bit of sympathy for him. I do feel a bit of sympathy for him, man. Like, anyway, let's get back to this pathetic wretch.
Specifics of a story after taking a break from a piece of media is a common issue for people with ADHD. The issue is a little more complicated in video games.
What's this? Got a little updo. Each side has pushed the other to extremes over the last 10 years or so. Being critical of both is the only sane place to be. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That's kind of the point I tried to make earlier with games like Disco Elysium and stuff like that. It's like that's so fucking woke that you wouldn't even call it woke. They're like fucking like Marxist-Leninist types reading old like Marxist literature, and like I feel like stuff like that actually can make an interesting game, even if you don't agree with the ideology of it. So to be like it's this left-right thing, it's so fucking annoying. I'm labouring on that point. I've just got that point stuck in my head. I don't know why.
Where it's not just remembering plot that can be a barrier to jumping back in, but gameplay memory as well. Players with ADHD need to get through your tutorial while retaining focus, be able to revisit it later if needed, and in some cases need reminders about what abilities their character actually has at their disposal.
As you can imagine, jumping...
What's this? I've never heard the term old woke. I'm not ready for a new ideology just yet, right?
Back into a game weeks or months after it was last played can be overwhelming. You not only have a plot to contend with, but your character's objectives, location, where they were headed, or where they were going. Look, I can't play Carrion because I forget where I've been and everything looks the same and there's no fucking map. Give me a fucking map! Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, Alan Wake doing those recaps between levels is pretty good, and we need more of it, for far more than a shorter and more linear game. Many is the time I've had to restart or simply abandon a long...
Hey, thank you, Lukey. Thanks for the video on Tommy Robinstein. I've been a hater for almost 20 years, a deeply subversive character. I very much agree with you. I'll share something with that Tommy Robinson video, actually. That I was really pissed off when I saw. I thought, there's this guy called Hugh Anthony. I also made a video on him. And I thought he was the guy that sort of... well, he was the only guy that I had taught... Sorry, let me start again. There's this guy called Hugh Anthony, and he's the only guy that I had heard talk about who Tommy Robinson is funded by. And I said in that Hugh Anthony video, it would be good for someone to make a short little video with all of the evidence of everything that Hugh Anthony's saying. Because he just sits there and talks. He doesn't show evidence for any of the funding stuff. And it would be great to have a short little video that people can share around so everyone sort of knows what's being talked about here, because it is actually good information. Hugh Anthony one time shared some good information. And then like a week after I fucking released that video, comes up on my timeline, and that fucking Loki guy has literally made the video already, almost beat for beat. I was so fucking heartbroken seeing this video, because it is basically just my video, but done a lot more professionally. And I was so pissed off, man, because I don't want to just make a video that's the same as someone else's. Something I try very hard to do is find a topic that hasn't been covered. I think that's why this Jim video did very well, because there's been a lot of specific Jim Sterling coverage. There hasn't been like a retrospective type of video. So I was like, that's actually a video that could be made that's cool. And I had that same thought with the Tommy Robinson video, but it turns out I'm completely fucked and people have made it already. But yeah, oh well, that's just a little bit of a behind the scenes there. Gonna have to get used to that feeling. Yeah. I need to just make what I'm passionate about, and I made that video like in like a day and a half, like fully locked in. So I was very passionate about it, so that's good enough. Yeah, this Carrion game, I think this Carrion game is still on like a crazy deep sale. I've never played it, but I've heard a lot of people rate it. And I've played tons of Metroidvanias, so I expect it's good. The Loki one was a little bit tinfoil hat-esque. Maybe so. I kind of skipped through it, and I was like, oh, he's talking about the JDL. Now he's talking about Robert Shulman. Now he's talking about something else that I mentioned. And I was like, fuck. Oh. Gosh, Denny. I have to write that name into Google, man. Oh, this guy. Yeah, like, this is the kind of guy that's like, I'm sure there are other people that can make a way better video. I know, Red Bar talks about this guy, right? Like, yeah, that's all I really know about him, to be fair. I'm sure I've passively heard Red Bar like rant about him and make fun of him, but I don't really know much about him. Maybe one day I need to find topics that aren't just like things that I'm personally fixated on. Right. Yeah, see, I don't mind about Carrion being short. I love short games. I want a game that I can like finish in like 5 hours, or else I'm gonna like feel like I'm wasting my life. I feel like I should be editing videos like now, especially. I'm like, I get locked into a game and I'm like, damn, I could just be like putting like clips and still images behind retards right now and making money. But what do you mean, debuted the Hila Klein animation today? Yeah, that guy. I don't know much about that guy that made that animation. He's he's kind of he's kind of crazy, isn't he? All right, let's go back into this.
RPG because I no longer remember what the hell is going on unless there's some sort of reminder in-game, such as The Witcher 3's loading screens and written quest logs. Though I'll admit ADHD brain doesn't like reading a ton of text, which really...
Yeah, Sven Stoffels. I've heard him say some very inflammatory stuff. Yeah, some very crazy stuff.
sucks because... well, I like books in theory. As for a Metroidvania, well, even if they have...
Wait, because I've heard this before, because this is just before the clip that I used in the video. This shit is just so, like... It's annoying, because I don't want to make this reference. But it's like, the people that act so pathetic and so defenseless. Someone that I've never really watched is Boogie, because it just pisses me off. I don't find the enjoyment in watching, like, a lolcow that's just that pathetic. Like, I want someone that's, like, at least got something to them. They're not just a complete pathetic, like, loser. And this kind of gave me that same vibe when you hear him talk here. It's fucking, it's pissed me off.
Because I no longer remember what the hell is going on unless there's some sort of reminder in-game, such as The Witcher 3's loading screens and written quest logs. Though I'll admit ADHD brain doesn't like reading a ton of text, which really sucks because, well, I like books in theory. As for a Metro...
It's just like, oh, I'm pathetic. I'm just pathetic. I can't even read because I'm such a fucking retard. It's like, fuck me, bro. Like, get over it. Get over it. Why is it in a video? Fucking hell.
Metroidvania? Well, even if they have maps unlike Carrion, remembering where to go, what does what, where I needed to head after I got the item that lets me do new stuff, my brain. I'm not asking for a game to be its own walkthrough, but those compasses and mission markers and glowing trails that people complain is spoon-feeding and hand-holding and casualization. To some of us, it's the difference between playing a game and our brains locking up like Bethesda software at launch. Oh.
So I was having some little thoughts about this last night, yeah. I had a little, like, afterthought that kind of pissed me off because I thought it would have been maybe quite good to put in the video. But, like, Jim wants to put, I feel like by Jim saying this, he wants all games to be playable by him. And I'm just, like, the absolute, like, anti to that take. Like, I was thinking about the game Kenshi, right? I don't really play games like that. I play like Metroidvania and like Unkslop and Dark Souls. Don't play games like Kenshi. It's just not really my thing. But I watched that Seth video about it, and Seth's like so cool. He makes it look so fun. And then I played the game, and I just completely fucking bounced off it. I really had no idea what to do. I felt like such a fucking retard for a minute. But like, I wouldn't want that game to like. I wouldn't even want the tutorial of that game to be redesigned to like fit my play habits, or like I don't want everything to be spelled out to me. I want like I want them to make their fucking vision, and if their vision doesn't gel with me, doesn't gel with the games that I play, then so be it. It's like, if you don't want fucking, it's really, yeah, if you can't play this game, play a fucking Nintendo game. Play a Nintendo Wii game and just waggle the controller around like a spaz. Like, don't fucking play a difficult game then. Like, I understand there's play testing. People do want games to be accessible, but like to this point where it's like, actually I do want the yellow tape. Actually I do want things to be designed for the lowest common denominator. It gets ridiculous. It just like, because like you can't have like a yellow tape version of the game and then a game that isn't for retards. It's one or the other. And Jim's like, yeah, I want the yellow tape version. And it's like, no, we don't want the yellow tape version. Just make the game like for like autists like me, not the fucking autists like that have bad autism. Oh. Yeah, and it pisses me off. I feel like there should have been something. I feel like there should have been something like that in the video as well, to like sort of just explain that point a bit more, because it's not just. I'm not anti-accessibility. If someone can like add subtitles to a game and it doesn't take them much budget, or if someone can add an easy mode to a game where you just simply can't get hit, and it's just like a very easy little thing to program and change, like that's cool. That's cool. But like, I don't want every game to be redesigned. So like, you know, it's like, I think I'm making a point. Yeah, the easy mode on the Dark Souls thing, very selfishly, I would actually argue for the first Dark Souls, I wouldn't really want an easy mode on that, because back when I first played that game, I was like not that much into games, and it made it like so much of a experience to get through. I was also a retard with no life back then, so I had the time to just like grind out that game and figure out how to play it. And I feel like if Dark Souls had an easy mode, I'd just put it on easy after losing a couple times, and I'd have never became the obsessive about games autist I am today. So I'd argue the first Dark Souls shouldn't have had an easy mode, just for my personal experience with it, basically. And I've never heard anyone make that point, so you know, something to say. Play Kingsfield. Nah, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll hate myself enough to play Kingsfield, but not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Oh god, right, let me say this right now. If you're one of those games, usually a JRPG or something, that have tutorials hours into the game, and those tutorials are mostly text boxes telling you what to do, I'm not going to be thrilled. I mean, text-based tutorials are inherently and significantly more worthless to me than anything practical. To draw again from Monster Hunter, as it's what I've been playing, I like that there's an area for you to take the game's many weapons and play around with them while you get on-screen button prompts to practice combos. Simply telling me what I can do won't work. If that worked, I'd have done many important life things by now, instead of lolling around on the floor eating crisps and crying. A symptom of my ADHD is that I cannot adequately visualize results. If you tell me to say, do something as simple as go to the shops, the concept of imagining myself at the shops can often just not occur, or feel so completely surreal to me that I cannot begin to believe I'm even capable of going to the shops. How could I? I can't imagine being there, so I couldn't imagine the steps required to take me there. Same with, say, cleaning up a messy room. Before I learned to just get rid of most of my shit, I could fill a whole house with junk and find myself unable to clean it because I wouldn't know where to start. Not just a momentary, oh, this is so messy, where to begin? Most people think that and then just start cleaning. I can't. It becomes too big in my head, too unknowable. I literally cannot comprehend where to start, so I don't. Not for a long time, when I just get too upset anyway. I cannot, in essence, reverse engineer a scenario to work out how point B was gotten to from point A. I therefore stop being able to understand what point A even is. So while I work out exactly what to
Yeah, I am like cautious to like rip into people for being like this disabled, but it's a very strange point to make when talking about games. Like, I'm such a fucking retard. I'm such a retard. I'm so disabled that I can't even play games. All right, mate. Whatever. Fuck. Oh. Yeah. So I can't pick up a fucking, what's he called? Oh, what's that toad fella called? Fuck. Oh, I had a funny joke there. Oh, what an L. Live streaming's hard, guys, right? Pick up a Jordan Peterson book. Learn how to be a good goy. Read a Jordan Peterson book. It will teach you about pronouns. It will teach you how to be a good little goy. It will teach you how to clean your room. What the fuck? Oh, I don't know if there's too much more to this. I don't know if there's too much to this.
To do with all these boxes in my apartment, I really appreciate it when a tutorial allows me to be shown what to do and then practically apply what I just saw. Without visualizing a result, you need to manually grasp the steps that take you to the end. If trying to remember the plot of a game after time away is bad, try dealing with any game mechanics more complex than walk to a thing and hit a thing. Games with many varied mechanics can be almost impossible to return to after any period of time. But
Yeah, see that come up because someone I know was saying that they were saying that they were trying to read a Jordan Peterson book, and I just started being like very, very mean to them, like someone I know IRL, and I was like, maybe I was maybe I was a bit too harsh. Like I have my thoughts, but maybe I shared them a bit too much with him, just ripping the shit out of him. Like, oh. Very strange thing to hear in this current era. Someone that I think is quite smart and quite switched on. Be like, yeah, I've been trying to read this Jordan Peterson book. Like, fuck me, bro. Bro, fuck.
it's more than that. Remember all that stuff about lacking object permanence I mentioned? Well, I've poured... this time it's close to 40 hours into Monster Hunter World, and I fished once. I have not remembered to fish a single time, except yesterday when I forgot to bring anything to fish with. Just like I forget to bring a lot of things with me in that game, because there's so fucking much of it. There are games that offer frequent...
The thing is, Laura is actually better at this accessibility stuff than Jim is. Would you fucking believe it? Because Laura does actually talk about how it would be quite easy, or maybe not quite easy. I don't do game design. Maybe it's really fucking difficult. But she talks about stuff like color blindness. She's like, you know, there are things like color blindness, and there are things like related to this that are actually quite doable. And Jim's just like, well, I can't remember anything. Like, it's just like there is no solution to Jim being like shit at games. Jim isn't even coming up with a solution here, apart from let's make games easier. Let's make games more handholdy and guided. It's like, yeah, and so I said in the video, like, I feel like Jim hates games. And it's watching stuff like this that has convinced me of that. It's like Jim hates this career, this fucking awesome, very privileged career. Well, he's got himself into a privileged position of having an awesome career. And he's like, just don't say that, Bobfish. That's a bit far. I wish Jim had a nice wife. I wish Jim had a nice wife that didn't financially abuse him and took him out for a walk every so often and got him to eat some healthy food. And, you know, told him to stop hanging around with fucking Laura Kate Dale. You know, Jim could have been saved. I'll fucking stand on that.
reminders of things you can do. I can't remember any right now, but I remember them all doing it, and sometimes that can be annoying, especially for those who do have good information retention. For me, a game reminding me I can fish on the reg, or that I have gameplay options I can tweak, or that I recently unlocked a new ability or item, these can be intensely useful. Games that allow for the option...
I feel I'm circling the drain with this one now. Do you think a broader trans trend would have got him? I don't know. I've quite conflicting views on the trans stuff. Well, no, that's not conflicting. That's probably not the right thing to say. But I did used to have a hobby that was like well, I'd say, right, if I were to be totally neutral, I would say that, what's the word? Fuck. The trend, the social contagion. I'd say the social contagion stuff may be a bit overblown if I was to try to look at it totally top down. Then I used to have a hobby, right? And there was about 20 or 30 people that would go to this thing, and there were like 1 or 2 of them were trans, right? And there were a few people that may have been trans and kind of looked a bit funny, and I wasn't sure about it. And then I stopped going to this hobby. I stopped doing it. And then like about a year and a half later, I went again. It was sort of like the same 30 people, and like half of them were trans. It was so weird. And it was kind of like there were like 2 groups of people. It was like there was a trans group and there was a cis group. And they kind of like some of them talked, but there were like definitely 2 groups. And it was very weird. It was very weird. It was like a super like lame autistic thing to be doing in the first place. And like I saw that and I was like, it might as well have been speedrunning, okay? I'm trying to be vague, but yeah, it might as well have been speedrunning, right? And I was like, you know what? Maybe the social contagion thing has some weight to it. Maybe it does, just from that, like, to see, like, all those people were, like, secretly actually women this whole time is just mental. Like, surely not. Surely not. Surely there's something else going on here. It was really uncomfortable. And I haven't done it again since. Okay, so with that being said, we'll do some insane rage bait. We'll see how this goes. Autistic things just draw in all the trans. But the thing is, they weren't before. So this is some Laura Kate Dale content. This is fucking evil, alright? I watched this when I was making the video, and it is horrible.
One of the most overlooked aspects of video game character designs is butts. Every character has a butt. You spend most of the time you're playing looking at that butt, and so often people just don't pay attention to what the butt means or why it's important. There are so many.
So one of Laura Kate Dale's proudest moments was them making a book entirely around the designs of video game butts. For those that don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make another video on Sterling. I said what I have to say about Sterling. I said what I have to say. This is the second video, pretty much.
Many interesting things we can learn from video game character butts. Be it Skull Kid in Majora's Mask shaking his booty and how that shows you that he's still a child, he can be redeemed.
Child!
There's characters like Ellie in Borderlands 2 who deliberately draws attention to her butt as a way of showing body positivity. There's all
I looked that person up. I looked that one up as well. They're like obese. They don't show hair. But what have they got? Like, I want to look at the butt of a child, and I want to look at the butt of an obese woman. Like, we're really starting strong. It's fucking gross, man.
Too, who deliberately draws attention to her butt as a way of showing body positivity. There's all these interesting stories about butts, and we never take the time to talk about them. My name is Laura. I am a video game critic, and I have written for pretty much everywhere that will let you write about video games. I've written for IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, Rock Paper Shotgun, Destructoid. Pretty much from the beginning of my career, I've been writing about video game character butts. It's one of those things that it started as a joke, and then I realised there's something legitimately interesting here. This book is the culmination of years of butt-based research.
Yeah, that was the clip I got from the video. It was fucking torture getting. It was torture getting this far through, man. Fuck.
I've learnt from Mario's Butt is a 40,000 word, 50 image illustrated coffee table book with bespoke images made by artist Zach Flavin that basically just tries to pair reviews of butts alongside illustrations so you can look at butts and go, I now know more about that butt. The book features interviews with game developers about butts that they love, butts that they've designed, as well as a bunch of guest butt reviews from people I know across the internet, including Jim Sterling.
What? Dead name? What?
Justin McElroy, Ashens, Tim Gettys, Brian Altano, Max Scoville, Dan.
I don't know a single one of these people. Sorry if I'm missing out on any quality stuff here. Maybe you want to buy the book, and now you know that Dan Bull wrote a fucking part of it. Max Schofield? No idea, bro. No idea. Dave, the 5 o'clock shadow. Starlet, I don't know if you've seen the picture of when Laura got the neo-vagina. They took a picture of themselves in hospital, and they've got like beard growing. It's fucking evil. It is like comically sick how like much this person is just like pure rage bait. It is like unreal, bro. It is fucking unreal.
Bull, Brentalfloss, Dodger, and a
Dodger, Brentalfloss. I can't think who Brentalfloss is. I remember Dodger. I'm very glad to see her name. Brental. Yeah, fuck knows who Brentalfloss was. Dodger though. Dodger was a good woman, alright? Dodger was a good woman. I'm kind of sad to see that name pop up there.
bunch more. My hope is that by the time that people have finished reading this book, they'll understand that butts can be so much more than just the middle of a character, that they are serious, they're silly, they're informative, that they're the cornerstone of how a character is designed. By supporting things I learnt from Mario's butt on
You know the cuck Jesse Cox? There wasn't relationship drama between Dodger and Jesse Cox, was there? No way was there. Yeah, Dodger's living on a farm with her family. Got a nice British husband, actually. She's awesome. Okay,
on Unbound. You can get one of the first copies of the book, you can get a copy that's been signed, you can get a copy that I've hand-drawn a butt in the front of. Please help me turn this long-held dream into a reality.
Creatively bankrupt. Top comment. That's so brutal. I do feel a bit mean, like, going after this person, because they aren't that big of a creator. Like, they do have a lot of credentials in the gaming industry. Their YouTube... Surprisingly, no one watches their YouTube.
By making this a physical book about butts that I can show people and go, look mum, I made a book about butts, people bought it.
That's hideous. That's so gutting. Oh. Okay. Fucking hell. Alright. 200 people here. I've got one more video. Probably is going to fit well with this because I think it's going to be absolute cancer. Huh? That should be alright. That should be alright. Have to upvote once and you'd be the top comment. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Very sad display. Very sad display. We're gonna watch one more video. I'll be right back. Cheers for coming in. Like the stream if you haven't. All that good stuff. Nice one. 1 minute. 1 minute. What's up? What's up? Hey, okay. I've edited the viewpoint for this next video. This guy is a nasty fucking freak, okay? I think I'm only going to watch a little bit of this video before we check out. And we're buffering, Come on now. This is shocking. What's going on here? No AC, no Ethernet. Which fairy is this? Well, oh. Nope, no.
You know,
There we go.
I'm facing the consequences.
Speaking of EFAP, this guy. What content do you watch nowadays when you're not making videos? What can I shout out? Recommended page. I don't know, mate. My mind's fucking blank, bro. You know, I A-log a lot of the YouTube, like the political people. Watch live streams like a fucking dork. I watch a guy called Interesting Books Reviewed every so often. He's quite good. He's like this hardcore conspiracy theorist guy, but he kind of like does it in a respectable way. I don't really like conspiracy theorist stuff that much myself, but he does it in a cool way. I quite like Interesting Books Reviewed. He's cool. I listen to like audiobooks and stuff, just being like kind of like a boring nerd at the minute. Yeah. Tough to say. Blur that. This is only going to be here for a minute.
Consequences of my actions. I hate the consequences of my actions. They're the worst consequences.
My favorite Indian YouTuber, the only Indian I can think of, is that Toastify guy. He's fine. He's made some alright videos. Or the rape stuff just kind of gets a bit boring after a while. Like, once you've watched like 5 videos on some like Discord rapist pedo, you've watched them all. It's like, oh, this next Roblox guy rapes as well. Oh, I don't fucking care, okay? I don't care after a while, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a joke, but you know, I'll answer the question. I've got an answer for it. Who cares, bro? Even this fucking intro's unnecessarily wrong. Fucking hell.
The tiresome dance of...
Oh, I didn't even cut it properly. Fucking hell. This disgusting bastard, man. I fucking hate this guy so much. He's such a nasty little freak, man. He's such a fucking wronging cunt. Yeah, I just want to call him an asshole for a minute. I'm not going to watch this whole video. It's like an hour and 10 minutes long, and it's just him fucking nasal gazing. Nasal. Fuck. Stylo, go and look at his videos. All of his videos are like this. It's fucking insane, bruh. Joe Davis. We're gonna be getting live streams 1 week after the video release from now on to review it. Kind of a hype plan. Yeah, maybe so. I have some ideas for other live streams. I don't want to be the daily streamer doing fucking EHD, doing Ethan Klein every fucking day, alright? That's not my thing. But I want to do like a specific stream about a person every so often when like I don't have a video. Hydra, that's why I just covered up. That's what I don't want to have on my fucking stream. It's ridiculous that this is what it is, man. It's fucking ridiculous. It's sickening, bro. Not even normal ones, bro. Alright. That. I mean, it looks like a Zootopia. Is it Zootopia GQ? That's fine to show. Yeah, let's see what this guy has to say, because I'm sure he's full of great ideas.
Get Goodery. I assume you're talking about people who want to gatekeep the difficulty of particular video games. In this case, Elden Ring. And you know what? Good on them! Because what they want and what the developers seem to want lines up, and it's extremely popular. You see, Jim, not everything is for you. And I can imagine it is somewhat tiring to have to fight against both developers and their many fans to try and take something they love and change it into something you want for yourself. I'm not particularly concerned if you're tired of fighting a battle that I hope you lose.
He is just a smug cunt, and he is just a...
Now, before we delve into what I know will simply be a very well-reasoned and thoughtful bit of content by Jim Sterling, I would like to remind you all that I currently have an amazing plush from the talented folks over at Makeship. For a limited time...
What are you doing with that plush, Rags? What are you doing with that plush, you fucking... Gross, bro. Gross.
Now, on to Jim Sterling.
Elden Ring has been released, and with it has come a flurry of discourse. But the only real point in this discussion to be acknowledged is that I'm a better Elden Ring player.
So, Rags is not just a furry. You're going to be very upset. Maybe don't even look this up. Rags does feral content. Well, Rags is into feral content, which is despicable. It's disgusting. Absolutely vile. It's absolutely vile. Rags is a freak.
Yeah, than you.
Oh, we're doing a thing, aren't we? This is a thing.
And I'm gonna
see, like, Rags is still stuck in like the Sargon era of like reacting to literally every bit of the video. Literally everything. He has like a little for lack of a better word, snarky little remark to say about literally everything in the video. It's fucking ridiculous.
In this discussion, to be acknowledged, is that I'm a better Elden Ring player than you.
Oh, we're doing a thing, aren't we? This is a thing.
And I'm going to stake my entire identity on that. I might not be better at playing the game, but I'm better at enjoying the game.
Wow, right out of the gate with a bitterness. I see what you're doing. You're making fun of a person that might only exist due to statistical inevitability. This reminds me of the last video I did, the discourse, if you could even call it that, of Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games. It seems to draw out this air of arrogance from detractors, not the fans. I promise I didn't plan this. I don't care about Elden Ring at all. I don't play it, probably never will. It's this game that just sort of seems to sit in the center of a few relevant controversies. Quantum TV, Jim Sterling, they both open their video with mocking people who want others to leave their game alone. Maybe there's just this, I don't know, terrible, cruel cabal of awful mean Elden Ring players out there, but I wonder if we'll actually have them pointed out, or if their supposed existence is best left ambiguously non-verified.
Than you.
It's just such nothing content. Like what I was saying earlier about EFAP. I feel like if EFAP didn't know who Rags was and they watched one of his videos, they'd have probably like picked over every single word of that little like rant that was absolutely nothing, like picked it apart into absolute like absurdity, and then by the end just like made fun of him and ripped the shit out of him. The thing is, it's Rags that fucking does it. It's Rags that's actually fucking like the most long-winded, vacuous fucking retard going. It's unbelievable. It pisses me off so much, man.
Than all of you, really. 1v1 me as we discuss the themes, bruh.
Yeah, I think generally if you're going to open a video with mockery, it should have a point or a purpose. Are you
Skip it. Skip this whole bit. Jim is doing some gay little fucking joke intro, and Rags needs to fucking talk about every single word being said. It's fucking crazy.
making fun of people who want to discuss the themes of the game, or is that not what you're saying? It's a little confusing. I don't know, maybe something you can work on for future videos.
I think that's all that really needs to be acknowledged, but I get paid to make videos, so I can't just go, so I suppose we better talk about video games instead of playing them.
These two adjacent sentences, they're odd as a pair.
I get paid to make videos, so I can't just go.
What?
You're saying you wish you could just leave, but you're only staying because it makes you money, which is not a great way to open a video and endear me to your character off the bat. It makes me wonder about the motivations for what you say to come. Apparently you're only in this for the money?
So I suppose we better talk about video games instead of playing them.
You lament the fact you can't just play video games here, but you acknowledge that you are paid to not play them. If creating YouTube videos makes you miserable and you don't want to...
This went 3 years ago. 3 years ago. If this was a fucking decade old, right? I'd be like, oh, you know, Sargon was doing this. All those other guys were doing this. It'll be fine. You know, they pause and they have a snarky reaction for every single video. But this is... This is just... Like, we're not going to watch this whole video. We're not going to watch this whole video. Do not worry. But I just wanted to point this out because Rags has such a great reputation, and I just feel like I'm a fucking psycho when I watch stuff like this. I'm just like, this is what the guy makes. Are you fucking serious?
to do it. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should do something else that you enjoy doing. If you would rather play games, then maybe streaming is something you should put more of a focus on. Is talking about video games not something you enjoy? Not something you want to do? I enjoy these things, financial viability or not. I think it's an interesting topic, and the discourse surrounding video games will likely never end. There's so much to say and express yourself with. And I do recognize that this is probably, maybe, all framed by Jim as some kind of a joke, this opening bit. But is it really? What is the joke here exactly? The joke is
a joke.
What?
It's
That
a
Jim
shit on
wouldn't
funny
be
joke.
making this video unless Jim got paid?
You know, I'm not one for the just shut up and play fucking video games rhetoric.
I've noticed when people say that, just shut up and play video games, it's generally used in response to someone who's looking way too deep into something and won't drop something, and they're being very annoying, and everyone else just wants you to go away. So if that's what you're being told all the time,
I do, in fact, find it quite tasteless and borderline offensive at times.
Again, sometimes people just want you to go away and leave them alone, and so that's what they say to dismiss your presence. Side question, though, is borderline offensive okay, or is it not okay?
Okay, so I remember this bit. When I started making this video, made a note of this, right? This is just... We're going to cut it back. I'm sorry for the absolute... Yeah, but just listen to this, right? Listen to this. EFAP viewers, EFAP knowers, just listen to this argument.
Way. So if that's what you're being told all the time,
I do, in fact, find it quite tasteless and borderline offensive at times.
Again, sometimes people just want you to go away and leave them alone, and so that's what they say to dismiss your presence. Side question, though, is borderline offensive okay, or is it not okay? If something's borderline offensive, is it not offensive, so it's okay because it isn't offensive, or is it approaching offensive, so it's a problem that it's approaching offensive, so we shouldn't say it, but that would make it offensive, right? Because if it isn't offensive, you wouldn't have it. I don't know. That's fine. I don't know. I guess I just don't care if you're offended, Jim.
How the fuck did that make it into the video? The most harebrained, meandering... He doesn't even know what he's fucking saying. It's the most retarded fucking shit. Imagine if fucking... I've used the fucking thing already, but imagine if EFAP said that. Imagine if EFAP watched him say that. It is just unbelievably fucking retarded. It's like... What's he saying, bro? What's he saying? Like, these videos are so fucking low effort. He can make one of these, like, every day, right? Probably. He could probably make one of these every day if he didn't have any other job, right? He needs to edit the 3 things onto the video. Maybe that takes a second. And I don't think it changes each time. I'm not sure if it does. But it's like, he just fucking... He just sits there and just, like, ponders, like, pointless thoughts from his brain. They're just, like, completely pointless. It's absolute bullshit. I don't know. I don't like the guy. That's the point of that bit. That's the point of this segment. I think I ran out of steam, to be honest. So we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much for coming here. It's been awesome. Yeah, my social battery's running low, guys. I'm not that much of a streamer, but big ups for coming here. Each video has a different sculpted animal on the edge. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I didn't even know. I've noticed it before. It kind of catches you. It kind of catches you off guard if you don't like analyze the situation. You're kind of like subversively getting raped by Rags by like the shit that he shows you. It's fucking disgusting. Yeah, I'll fuck off and make some videos, bruh. Okay, cool. Play Dark Souls with Nick Andros. Maybe. Yeah, cheers, guys. Nice one.